Welcome back to another Rodney Anderson Live, where we talk about all things OU, sports related. I take questions, comments, and concerns. In the meantime, we're going to get into our starting five. Just a little part of the show where we just kick it off with a few of my thoughts about things that are just happening in the wide world of sports. To be honest, there's a lot going on. Number one, I feel like it just needs to be said because it's really cool to me. And we are a Michael Jordan school, Jordan brand. This dude's like just decided I'm no longer a basketball player. Don't even care about my shoes much anymore. I'd rather go win NASCAR titles. Like, where does he just get the interest in four wheels on a gigantic track? Just out of nowhere, I guess. But it's just, he just got it in his blood. He just knows where he can win, and he just goes and does it. I think what's impressive, let me pull it up. What's impressive about his NASCAR stretch that he's in right now, he's been doing well. Like, it's Michael Jordan we're talking about here. But what's impressive about his recent accomplishments is in the history of NASCAR, I think like 77 years, there's never been a driver to win the first three races of the season. And Michael Jordan's team, or his driver, Reddick, has won the first three. And so I don't know if that's like too much good luck too soon, or if it's a bad omen, or maybe it means he's going to be as dominant in NASCAR as he was in basketball. I don't know. But I do think it's cool to see MJ out there doing other things. Once your passion's over, it is possible to find another passion. Or maybe his passion is just competing. I think that's probably more so what it is. I don't know. I just never thought that I'd see a player jump from professional basketball to NASCAR. I think that's cooler than anything. Has that been done before? No way.
Basketball to NASCAR?
Yeah. Like, technically he's not a NASCAR athlete. That would be Reddick, his driver, but I still think it counts. I bet there's been players to like dabble in like ownership of, teams or cars or however that works. Oh, well, it seems like there's a good. All right. Our Rodney Anderson Live analyst, Braden Ford, just told me that Emmitt Smith has been involved in NASCAR, Brett Favre. I wonder to what extent. Probably like just part ownership, I would assume, right? Yeah. I wonder what kind of incentives does he's got to be making money off of this, right?
Yeah.
How does that work? Is like you win, you get a big prize money, or probably a lot from sponsors, I would assume.
Yeah.
Does Jordan sponsor his car? Like, can his own Jordan brand sponsor the car that he's driving?
I'm guessing so.
Yeah, Sean Cohen, apologies. He makes great business decisions. He's the GOAT of business decisions. Yeah. I'm just curious, like, maybe someday I'll be rich and have a bunch of just endless money and decide I want to go buy a NASCAR team or whatever. And like, what does that look like? How do I then go profit? Owner gets the purse from the race and then pays the driver out, probably amongst other people as well, I'd assume. Dang, so NASCAR might be pretty nice to get into. Put it on the bucket list. I'll own a team someday. Maybe.
Started so confidently.
Start what?
I said you started so confidently. Maybe I'll own a team someday. He said, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like my NASCAR dreams died right there when I said maybe. Second guess myself. All right. Yeah, I just think it's cool. Dwayne Johns, thanks for joining. Good to see you on here. Why did it take so long for Kevin Wilson to start getting involved with the offense? Right into it. I haven't even got to the second starting five. But my quick thought on that is probably want to see like what Ben Arbuckle's working with. Maybe. I think Kevin Wilson was always involved. I'll say that first. Like I think he's always been involved. And then his involvement probably gets heavier and heavier as needs of the offense probably start to arise. Like, oh man, we're having trouble getting our offensive line going at the beginning of the season. He's probably helping out there, in that instance. Or, oh man, John Mateer's gone down. What do we do? He's probably weighing in on all those choices. So I don't know. Maybe that's probably my quick thoughts on why Kevin Wilson didn't seem like he was so involved to start. I guess we'll never really know. My second thought, though, we'll get back to starting five. Second point of the starting five. Brandon, you're going to have to help me a lot on this. I'm not going to lie, because sometimes these conference realignments and how they're doing things just confuses me, and I might need to see it work through the season to really understand it. But it sounds like in the Pac-12, they've reconfigured their schedule a little bit to be flexible towards the back half of the season. Am I on the right track?
Week 13 in Pac-12 play is going to be their flex week. So essentially they've got 4 different matchups. So Boise State, Utah State, Texas State, Colorado State, San Diego State, Fresno State, and Oregon State, Washington State. The Pac-12 has said that during Week 13, they reserve the right to flex those 8 teams. Mm-hmm. So the 4 of them have home games: Utah State, Colorado State, Fresno State, Washington State. They have home games. They're going to keep those home games, but the 4 teams they're playing against, the Pac-12 essentially can move those around to benefit the conference in the effort to make it to the college football playoff.
So did the Pac-12 just make up their own rules that are more advantageous to them? Is that how that works? Or did the NCAA have to approve that?
I don't know. I mean, it's probably not as bad as the Notre Dame, if we're a top 12 team, we're guaranteed to be in rule.
That's a fair point. That was I didn't like that. I don't know. I like I said, I think I might need to see this play out.
But the crazy thing is, this is they don't count as a conference game. It's a non-conference game.
But I mean, when it comes to the playoffs or like where you're slotted at the end of in the postseason, don't non-conference games matter?
Yeah, I guess what I'm saying
to a certain extent.
I mean, I don't know. I think my first reaction was it almost felt like a way to duck smoke was my first thought. Was like, oh, if we have a team that we feel like has got a good shot at the playoff, we don't want them to lose against this other good team. But then now I'm looking, I mean, I don't know. They're giving themselves a chance, I guess.
I mean, I'm here for it. If you've got to, I'm honestly here for anything weird. Like, I kind of like, of all the chaos that has been college sports here lately, it's kind of fun it brings about fun scenarios to talk about, and we even end up in weird scenarios that we would have never been in had it not been for all this stuff. And so I think I'm here to see it play out.
My question, though, is like coach's perspective, player's perspective, like all of a sudden your opponent switches. That's tough, right?
It's got to be tough, but I don't know. From a player's perspective, if I see somebody on the schedule, like, I don't want them to come off to give myself an easier chance at a postseason shot. Like, there's something about that feels Like, ugh. You know what I mean? Like, here's our schedule as it stands week 1. We get all the way through to that 13th game or whatever, or, whenever the flex stuff starts. And then all of a sudden you take a team that might be perceived as harder and move them off the schedule. As a competitor, I don't think I like that.
Yeah, I don't think they would do that. Like, that would be crazy. I think it's probably more likely it'll be the other way, where it's like, oh, we feel like Boise's got a good shot to win, to get into the college football playoff with a win, another quality win. So
we give them a quality
of those
team.
4 home teams that we can slot them against to give them another quality win to get them into the playoff.
That's a good point. So, like, you might avoid playing the same team twice at the end.
Yep.
In the conference championship, if you have the option to flex that game. It'll be interesting. I think as long as they stay away from scenarios where people go, boo, weak.
I'll say this. Can we talk about conferences trying anything but just staying regional and keeping conferences like they probably should be?
It sucks for the student athlete to have to drive or fly or all that way. And the universities could definitely use the money.
I mean, the Pac-12, it seems it's pretty regional now. But I'm just saying it's so funny. Conferences, like, how can we stay competitive? And it's like, I don't know, maybe just stick with how they looked 15 years ago.
I feel like that 15 years ago argument would probably work in a bunch of different conversations these days. Yeah. I don't know. I think my final thoughts on Pac-12 is that we need to let's just see.
Yeah.
Let's see this season, how it plays out. I think I'm a fan for anything weird within reason. So, speaking of weird, Jokic the other night in, is it Paycom? Is that where the Thunder play?
Yeah, it's still called Paycom.
Still called Paycom? I don't know why I want to call it, now I don't even remember what I was going to call it.
Used to be called Ford Center.
Chesapeake.
Now Ford's OG is Ford Center.
Ford Center?
What
was Chesapeake?
That was it was Ford Center, then it was Chesapeake.
Okay, it was Chesapeake, I think, when I was in college. And so that's what I always pause, I think, when I say
King
that.
Roach says it's called the Shaycom Center.
What did you say?
King Roach says Shaycom Center.
I might be delayed. I don't see his.
I'll get it up.
I need to see King Roach. That's my dog. He's always on here. Yeah. I don't know if I really like the Jokic. He's always in the middle of something. And I think it's part of his persona at this point to be the villain. I saw his comments just pop up and it threw me. He seems like he's always looking for a fight. Our team doesn't really seem to be like the fighting type, in my opinion. I feel like we're young. We're just kind of being like,
they're definitely scrappy. I mean, Jay Will jumped in there pretty quick
to jump in and help for sure.
But I wonder too, because that's such a like a Gen Z team. Like I could see
that's what I'm saying.
Like Joker goes into fight and they're almost like, dude, we're playing basketball. Like you're trying to fight. Like what's your problem? You know what I mean? Almost like
that's exactly what I mean. Yeah. Like Nick, my little brother Nick. It's so hard to get under his skin. He won't allow it.
Yeah.
I poke fun at Ryder all the time, and it gets under his skin. I can get under Ryder's skin in 2 seconds. It's not even a problem. Nick, I could know that it's eating at him, and then I could start joking with him, and he'll look at me just like you're saying. He'll be like, "It's weird that you try to do your little brother this way," and I'd be like, "Wow, okay. You don't want to take a joke instead? You'd rather make me look like an idiot? Whatever." Yeah, that's the vibe I get from this Thunder team, and so that's why it kind of holds a mirror up to the instigator. It's like it is a little silly.
To be fair, though, in this instance, the instigator may have been Lou Dort sticking his leg out and on the trip. I don't know, but maybe he was just moving. Was that a natural movement?
No. But I do think that it's never just a random leg trip.
Oh yeah.
It's never just random. Like, it's never just like a random leg trip. It's never a random like poke in the face mask. It's never a random elbow to the side when you're getting a chip block or something. There's always something previous. And I don't see it coming from our team. I feel like it's.
So what do you do then if Lou Dort trips you? Do you take that same approach of just like, hey man, why are you tripping me? Like, what's your, you know what I mean? Almost like can't believe you're just trying to trip me. We're playing basketball. Like, chill out.
When we played TCU in 2017, I can never remember dude's name. And whatever. I can never remember dude's name. It was linebacker, white dude, rocked up. His number was 42. We were like, I didn't know him before. We had never been to any camps together. Like there was no pre-existing relationship. But during that game, there was a hit in the first quarter where it was like, oh, for real? Okay. Yeah, I got you. Okay, I see you. I got your number too. Okay, bet. I'll see you back here. And then it's just again and again. And then at some point, it becomes like, I could have cut that way, but instead I wanted to like make a point. And so I'm doing, and so like so now there's a pre-existing relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And now, and then we end up at the bottom of a pile and I feel my ankle getting twisted. I look down and it's him. And he's close enough, like I'm kind of twisted up. And so he's close enough to me that I'm like, dude, what the hell? I'm like, except I say a little bit, I say
sure.
it different.
Oh, yeah, sure.
I'm like, dude, what the hell? And he looks up at me, he's like, bro, I'm sorry. It's just like, bro, that's my bad. And I was like,
away, me, my bad.
Yeah, I just kind of got up. I didn't say much after. I just got up and went back to the huddle. And then after the game, he found me. He was like, dude, for real, I'm sorry. And I was like, dude, it's all good. Like, I even acknowledged, like, I was looking for you,
yeah.
So it's one of those things.
You just need a little accountability.
Yeah. Like,
yeah, you're right.
Maybe the leg wasn't a basketball move, but I wouldn't be surprised if it came from somewhere, started somewhere.
Yeah, did you see Jokic's face? He looked possessed in that.
Yeah, like I think that a reaction is warranted, but to that extent, like it looked like he had like done something to his family or something like that. Yeah.
Did something to his horses. Braden.
I'll say that like I'm kind of here for fights in sports, like within reason though, because you can't. There's too much blood, sweat, and tears on the line. Like there's too much money on the line. Like this is how these dudes feed their families. Like this is where insurance is coming from. This is how everybody's in the family's covered. And so like, yeah, it's going to get a little bit heated. I like the hockey, like we were talking about before, Brandon. I like the hockey style, like where they kind of acknowledge it. And they're like, okay, we're going to give you your space, let you duke it out, and then we're going to send you both to the penalty box, but you can come back.
Yeah. Once
you've cooled off. I feel like, honestly, that is the healthiest way to handle a conflict in sports.
There's like rules of engagement that exist.
Yeah.
Because when you don't, you get now, granted, I think there's a lot of nuance to the situation, but you get the Myles Garrett swinging the helmet at Mason Rudolph. And it's like, oh, whoa. Hey, if you guys were just allowed to duke it out for a minute, like we probably would have avoided this.
But then see, I think that'd be such a funny dynamic because you'd expose a lot of positions and a lot of players. Like Mason Rudolph wouldn't have wanted that smoke with Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett would have went to the middle of the field like, come on. And Mason would be like, you got it. Nah, you're good. Like, you got it, dude. Like, I think that would be, but how funny would it have been though if Mason Rudolph would have got in there and like held his own a little bit? I don't think he wins against Myles Garrett like ever, but Myles Garrett doesn't get to swing a helmet and Mason gets to be he gets killed every time, but I think it'd be funny. Like to have rules of engagement would be funny. Or like maybe you put on like boxing gloves. I think we're far enough removed. This story always gets told, but I don't know that it was ever spoken about truly on online. But like Schmidt used to let us keep a pair of boxing gloves in the locker room. And it's like if there was beef during a workout or whatever, like, nah, not on team time. Go handle that in the locker room. But every single time, after every single match, they always walked away as friends, as stronger teammates. And it was never supervised either.
There you go.
So, I don't know. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it don't matter if you got how soft the mitts are. It's a Division I. Charles Tapper is wearing those gloves. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it don't care. It don't matter like how soft the gloves are. Samaje Perine just put those gloves on. So
brother.
It's gonna hurt, you know. Not that I ever saw either one of them in that circle or whatever, but King Roach says that he insulted his horses, and then you said, so I know about the horse. They're like important.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, it's like that. The horse is the passion. Basketball fuels the passion. Gotcha. Okay.
No, I think like after they won the title, like I said, "What are you gonna do?" He probably said something like, "I'm gonna go home, take care of my horses." Like, you know, he's like that's. He was looking like he didn't want to do the parade. I think after they won because it was like 4 days after the game or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, "Man, I'd rather be back home and wherever he's from, and taking care of my horses."
I respect it. All right. I respect it. King Roach.
That when I say nuance, that's what I meant. Like, there's nuance to the situation. It's like, you know.
There's certain things you just can't say.
Mm.
You know. Okay. Yeah, I want to see fights happen in sports, but there's got to be rules of engagement.
Mm.
And maybe the football game's already 4 hours.
Yeah, that's a rough one.
That'd
I mean,
be-
it's built in, right? Like the fight or whatever. In some, like you said, I'm gonna intentionally cut towards that linebacker.
It's
to
built
create some
in, but like
contact.
the only reason I felt like I could do that is because our offense was good. I knew we could score,
Yeah.
you know, and so like, you know, or like maybe I know that I could either go out to off in the sideline, save myself, or I could prove a point with this guy and lay my shoulder down one more time. Whatever. Let's move on. NIL future. This is coming straight from an article out of Louisville.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like Louisville AD amongst some other people. Let me be for certain on that. I have it right here. Hey, when people go on their phone and they type like this, is this an old style of typing?
You're okay.
Because you do it too, don't you?
No, I mean I don't, but no, you're good. You're good.
Or do I have to hold it like this to be, you know, young or whatever?
As long as you don't have the glasses on the end of your nose.
At the end of the nose, yeah.
With the distance.
I'm not gonna lie. I've been chilling at home like at the end of the night or whatever, and like I wear contacts every day, but at night I got my glasses on. It's comfortable. Like when you're laying back and you've got the glasses on the tip of your nose, and you don't got to hold the phone up here. You can just be like this. It's comfortable. I'm Unk now? Damn. Braden just said I'm Unk. How old are you, Braden? 21. Oh, well, you can't call me Unk if people called you Unk before. Oh, my gosh. Okay. This is From the Arena, Not the Sidelines is the title of the article. College athletics is running out of time. By President Dr. Gary Bradley, Josh Hurd, Vice President and Director of Athletics, Dr. Lance Benz, Chairman of the Board of Trustees. So, like, these are people that are involved. They are on the front lines. They know what they're talking about. I'm not going to, like, debrief the entire article in depth, but if you have time, you should go take a look at it. It's basically talking about, can college athletics be sustained throughout all these changes? Like, is NIL too much? They're making case in the article about, like, no, it's too much. Like, the revenue, something has to be done. There's too much money being split. Not too much money being split. Like, universities were used to operating at a certain level, and then they have to start revenue sharing with student athletes. And so now that's brought their operating fund down. And student athletes are only asking for more money, and schools are only throwing more money at NIL to get those players, to get those recruits out of the transfer portal, all the things. Like, everything costs money, and they're not operating with as much money as they used to have. And so the article is basically saying, how sustainable is this? And, you know, you can tune in to hear me and Caleb King Kelly's thoughts, you know, in depth. I think for this show, I'll say, like, there's still a lot that needs to happen before we get to any sort of, like, true sustainability. And that's just because, like I said, the budget was taken down that we had to operate with. And then there's more money required, you know, for the next season, the season after that, and the season after that to follow. Like, the number's just going to continue to be inflated, and no new money's really coming in. We're kind of just shuffling the money that we already have around. And that's, like, everywhere. So, I don't know. Like, everything still matters. Everything still, like, today is still going to happen. Tomorrow's still going to happen. Like, we still need to operate and continue to try to raise funds and try to do all the things that get us the recruits and retain us the players. But it's getting harder. So hard, in fact, that ADs are writing articles about it and publishing it, mentioning other schools in the same boat. Because if you think ADs are stay in their own little world and only operate on their campus, you're crazy. ADs talk just as much as family members do, damn near. Yeah, it's crazy. I think we've said it from Jump Street. I've at least said it from Jump Street. Everybody, I think, can agree that NIL is a good thing at its thought, like at its inception. Like, yeah, players deserve a cut. Yeah, players deserve a piece of the pie. But I don't think anybody could have foreseen what it turned into. We could talk for days and days about how we got here, but I think that'd be kind of, this ain't the right show for that. Yeah. All right. Let me make sure that there's no thoughts. Sooners boy, thanks for joining us, brother. The Duke of Norman, is Nick healthy for 2026? If you're referring to my little brother Nicholas, yes, he is. He's doing really well, actually. And his name is spelled N-I-C. Not like all good. And a lot of people put the K on the end, but it's just N-I-C. Let's see. King Roach says there needs to be clarity in who's playing who, so that that's back on the. Oh wait,
who's paying
who? Oh, I see. I said playing. There needs to be clarity on who's paying who, so the athletes aren't getting $5 million a year at 20. There is clarity on who's paying who. I guess there's clarity. It's rev share. Am I wrong? Like, the money is coming from
clarity on who's paying who what. So athletes aren't getting $5 million a year at 20. I mean, more transparency. But there's some things, I don't know. Some things you're just not going to get a ton of transparency on. Just because it's natural.
Transparent. Excuse me. Transparency in what way? Then I guess my question would be, like, public transparency. Like, we should know.
Well, yeah, I think that's it. Is that so like you can see NFL contracts, which is maybe akin to like rev share contracts. Like I think you can look up a lot of that stuff, but like marketing deals, NIL contracts. I mean, that's not really anything that.
Why is that important for people to know? Like how much Patrick Mahomes makes. It would be my question. Is that important? Is that important as a fan to know like what the players are making? Both, at both college and pro level. Yeah. I think you're saying about the same thing that King Roach is saying. Like he says, I think it needs to be similar to NFL and NBA where there's a cap and you can see where the money is going and why. So just to understand, I can get that.
I mean, the rev share does serve as a cap in some regard. There's just, you don't know how it's being divvied. And it's not for just one team. It's being divvied for a...
I think we're a long way from like that kind of visibility, to be honest, because it's we're not just talking about one sport. The rev share number is somewhat of a cap. You only get this much money to deal with all the athletics programs at your school. So I don't know, like it'd be hard to follow the money through all these teams and then to all the players on all these teams. I don't know. You might not want to know how the sausage is made. Let me tell you that. As somebody who knows how the sausage is being made. I agree with you, Sooners boy. Kind of saying like what I said, what I've been saying. Like everybody agrees on NIL, but how it all broke out is crazy. And I think everybody's also waiting on like somebody to be like, all right, this is how it's going to go. This is what the new normal is. This is what new fair is. These are the rules. Everybody follow them.
They're too busy denying Owen Heineke his
extra
what a year.
Too busy worrying about 13 minutes of a lacrosse game. Get real. Get real. That's I'm over it. Moving on. We'll talk about them boys out at the combine here in a little bit. Last quick thing. I just thought it was cool. Mark Stoops signs at Texas. Do we feel any way about that? I don't think we can.
He never coached here, yeah?
I don't think so. I don't think he ever coached here. I just feel like sometimes we talk so like highly about Bob Stoops. It's like nobody in the Stoops family could ever wear burnt orange. What?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah. But yeah, I just think it's cool, be down there at the Red River Rivalry.
Title is, according to the headline, Special Assistant to Steve Sarkisian.
It sounds like a Kevin Wilson situation. Assistant to the head coach.
That's all I could think of was assistant to the regional manager.
I paused because I was fighting in my head. Should I say that or should I not?
No, always.
Always Office reference. Caitlin. Caitlin Cox, 3460. Doe. My son does that all the time. Like he's very big on the D words, like duh. And he always doe. He'll two finger point at something and go doe. And so doe, little boy. Love you, man.
Got him turning in, love it. Tuning in.
All right, man. That threw me. Where were we? Oh yeah, let's dive into our first real topic. We've been talking for almost 40 minutes before we even got to our real topic. Combine. Boy, are guys bald, like hard, or like just showcased well, like however you want to say it. The biggest surprise to me was Robert Spears Jennings running 4.3. What was it?
4.32.
4.32. Yeah, that's like, I just never expected him to be that fast. I always expected some speed. I mean, he looks like he's fast. And so I probably would have guessed like maybe like mid 4.5 to like 4.48, like 4.48 to 4.54, maybe. I don't know. I'm being way too technical. But yeah, just like fast guy, good skill. Not extremely fast guy, good skill, great skill, whatever.
Right.
Huh?
Moving that quick, that's crazy.
Yeah, his stride was insane. Caleb told me it was like maybe 10 or 11 steps in a 40-yard dash. Just Like, talk about explosiveness. You don't understand, like, how long a stride actually needs to be. There's, like, how much your stride is and then how much length your stride, like, how much distance your stride produces. Like, it's insane to think about covering 40 yards in 10 or 11 steps. Wild. The Duke of Norman. So fast, he makes fast people look not fast. What movie is that from? Was it The Longest Yard? I think it's The Longest Yard whenever whatever that snitch prisoner, he's like reporting back to the guards. He's like, they got a kid over there who's fast. So fast, he makes fast people look not fast. Funny.
Yeah, Duke, you have to confirm whether or not that's the reference, because I'm out on that. Oh,
Longest Yard? Yeah, it's The Longest Yard. Really? I know My Longest Yard. It's a great movie. But yeah, no, obviously that's the biggest surprise to me. Deion Burks, probably the best overall performance. Not a huge surprise, but I think finally just good to see, you know? I've said it on here before. I think that Deion Burks in an established Oklahoma offense, like had he gotten here and Ben Arbuckle had been here for a few years already and our offense was up and rolling, we'd have probably ran him up and down and all over this field, like we tried to do. Just couldn't get the offense rolling enough to really showcase his ability, which is why I think his performance at the combine for me was like, fine, like everybody gets to see how explosive this dude is, and like we actually get to watch a little bit more of the explosiveness that we were robbed of for whatever reasons.
That's crazy, dude. What some of the stats put up on the screen. So his 40 was 4.3, 42.5-inch vert, but then 36 reps on the bench. 26. I missed typo.
I was going to say
26 reps on the bench is crazy.
26 reps. 36. If you wait, 26? Deion Burks put 26 up? Damn, that was more than me. No, that's freaking impressive. That's very good. I didn't realize he did 26 reps. Yeah, so whatever team he goes to, they're getting a dude. G-Baby had a great showing. I think if he probably was able to improve his draft stock the most out of all the guys that we had there. Because I think a known talent, but still a lot to prove. And maybe a lot to prove, off the field. Not that he was like a problem or anything, but like football knowledge, I mean, like interviews, I feel like we talked about it on our show earlier, but on me and Caleb's Double Take show earlier, like a lot of the field stuff is very like check the box. Okay, he took care of himself. He's a high functioning athlete. He's been working hard. Okay, now can we talk to him in this meeting room real quick? Does he know ball? Can he get on the board? Is he going to keep his cool under pressure? Because that's really what those interviews are for. I feel like we knew what we knew about G-Baby on the field, off the field. So he confirmed that for everybody, and then off the field, he went and had a time in those meeting rooms. Top 50 pick after the combine. Are you talking about G-Baby, King Roach? Maybe not. He did mention G-Baby's 36 vert at 300 pounds. I would love to see any regular person just put on a 300-pound vest. I don't even know if that exists. And just try to jump an inch off the ground. It's like, I think as like a professional athlete at my peak, I probably could have gotten maybe like a little bit off the ground with 300 pounds on my back. To jump 30 inches in the air, 36 inches in the air is insane. A force to be reckoned with. Owen, Bald, like all of our guys really did show out. Jaren, I think Jaren was able to showcase his talent in a way that's like, no, I belong.
Yep.
I belong here. I belong as a tight end. I can compete at this level. I got the frame. I'm big enough and all that. Dominic Williams, 30 reps on the bench. That's impressive. Honestly, anything over 25, I would say is super impressive strength. So 30 is, you're killing it. Didn't do anything else, which I hope nobody's worried about. I'm not worried about it. Because the combine can be a trap for some athletes. Like, some athletes just aren't good testers. I don't think he'd be upset with me using him as an example. Orlando Brown, for example, like, terrible tester, awful tester.
His bench press was rough, wasn't it?
His bench press was people would call his bench press embarrassing for an offensive lineman.
Playing in the league right now.
That's my point. Yeah, like that's what I mean. It could be a trap. Like, not everybody's a good tester. Not everybody's measurables translate over onto the field. Orlando Brown's a perfect example of that. And I don't know, but maybe that's Dominic Williams too. Like, it's not he's hurt, so he didn't do anything. No, maybe he's just not a good tester, and so it's more comfortable for him to test on pro day, in a smaller setting where there's coaches coaching the way that he's used to. Like, you got to think about it. This is the biggest job interview of their life. This is the biggest job interview of their entire life. If you had an option, like if they said, oh, well, you can come in and interview today if you want. The biggest paying job of your life, Brandon. You can come in and interview today if you want, or we can keep your regular job interview on Friday. And you think to yourself, oh, well, the only suit I have is at the cleaners right now. So actually, like, I'd rather interview on Friday. Like, it's that kind of a decision. So yeah, I didn't do anything at the combine except for the bench. That actually was because I was hurt though. So
I mean, I feel like it's pretty normal at this point to see guys that will, show up especially for the interviews.
That is really what I feel that the combine is.
Yep.
After experiencing it myself, that is really what I feel that the combine is for, is the interviews. Because they will ask you some crazy things. They'll ask you questions that purposely don't make sense and that purposely don't have an answer. And then they might pepper you with those questions, but it's because they want to see, like, all right, you're getting rattled just standing in this AC-filled room, on a random Tuesday night. How can I trust you on Sunday night underneath the lights when you got, I don't know, whatever linebacker looking across at you? You're playing the Bears or you're playing the Green Bay Packers or
who's the Bears linebacker, Braden?
Wasn't Roquan Smith for the Bears?
Zach Bond.
One point?
Go Birds.
Of all the injuries, for those of you that can't hear Braden, he mentioned TJ Edwards, who ruptured his Achilles. Of all the injuries that I've ever heard of or seen, for whatever reason, the Achilles makes me cringe the most.
Because they all have that slow-mo ripple up the calf show that they show. The look that they show.
It's to me, like, I feel like it's such a thick tendon. Just the thought of it tearing and not being there anymore is I even talking about it right now makes me hate it. And this is a dude, I broke my neck before. I've broken my leg before. That doesn't do anything. But when I think about tearing my Achilles, oof, I hope it's never me. I also feel that way about breaking my nose for some reason.
Your nose?
Mm-hmm. I have an irrational fear of, like, my wife turning over in bed and, like, elbowing my nose or something, or like my son, he's all jittery and whatever, like headbutting my nose and breaking it. Just seems like an issue I don't ever want to deal with. Anyways, that was super far off tangent. back to the combine. Yeah, no, I the mental test is like that's where that happens is at the combine, and
Is
then
that the one? Is what the Wonderlic? Is that right? Is that what it's called?
you do the Wonderlic
They
there.
still do that?
Mm-hmm. The Wonderlic was, in my opinion, hyped up.
I feel like it used to be always talked about. I don't think I've heard as many headlines about it lately.
That's true too. Now that you mention it, when I was a kid, like I remember my dad. So my dad used to always, he was real big on like if you wanna be in the pros, you got to watch the pros. Like, so turn on NFL Network every now and then. And so like I turn on NFL Network, we'd be talking about the combine or whatever, and he told me about the Wonderlic. I was like, what is that? He's like, oh, this it tests your general like understanding and cognitive abilities. And so like from an early age, I was very like, oh man, the Wonderlic.
Yeah.
And I think I took one practice Wonderlic test, went and took it, and not one team asked me about it. So I don't think it's I kind of hope that they take out everything from the combine that's not necessary, or maybe that's part of the mental testing. I don't know. Because it's not just the Wonderlic. You do a bunch of different, I did like maybe 4 or 5 different tests, and they all took at least 45 minutes. I don't know. Maybe there was a couple that weren't that long, but still time that I didn't really have anyways. Like I would have much rather preferred a 45-minute nap over the Wonderlic test. If nobody was going to ask me about it anyways.
I wonder if at this point they only care if it's like low.
Maybe. Yeah, like maybe they're looking for who just had a terrible score.
Because it used to be like who scored super high on it. But I wonder now if they're only concerned if it's like they got a 0.
They must have talked to enough dumb football players that really understood football to be like, they don't need to know real stuff.
Yeah, it turns out,
As long as they can play football, that's all that matters.
Yeah, they know their reads.
We could care less how your finances are doing, sir. Can you pick this blitz up? Cool. You can play. All right. Let's go to topic number dos. Spring ball. It is March. That's crazy. Who allowed it to be March already? I need to talk to that guy. I have a bone to pick. Anyways, it is March already, which means spring ball is not this Monday, not the next Monday, the Monday after that, 23rd. Did I say that right?
I think so. After spring break?
2 weeks away. Yeah, right after spring break. Spring break is the week after this.
And a bunch of dudes go on soul trips during spring break, yeah?
Yeah, so I don't know where they're going this year. They've been to like Brazil and Florida.
A bunch of cool places.
Yeah, a bunch of really fun places. But yeah, they'll be like, the guys that go home, the guys that do a little trip, and then the guys that do soul mission or whatever. Nice little break. I'm glad that they're doing it this way. I'm glad that they're starting fall ball. I'm glad that they're starting spring ball this way, because I've always thought that first week of practice and then you go to spring break and then you come back, that's weird to me. I don't like the spring break in practice. I don't like spring ball to begin with.
Like the idea of it, or?
Yeah, and like this is why I'll never be a coach, a head coach at least at this level. This is why like I'll never like make these decisions, because I was a former player that I hold this opinion that spring ball does no real good, in my opinion. I don't think there's benefit to putting on the pads in the spring, especially if we're going to play football for the whole like month and a half leading up to the season. So
what are you accomplishing in spring ball, or like what are you supposed to be accomplishing? Is it like install? Is it?
I love an install. I love like honestly, like let's do the practices, but the contact portion of it, I don't think that there's any benefit in getting contact in the spring.
There's no
at
information gained from it.
If we're gonna do it for the new players, like
Just freshmen or freshmen and transfers?
Not transfers,
So just freshmen
just freshmen.
show up, let them knock each
Freshmen
other
and
around for a little bit.
walk-ons, like, I don't know. Like, I know that this doesn't make sense, and I feel like I understand what you're getting at. I know what you're getting at.
Just asking.
No, yeah, I know. I'm not mad at it. Like, I understand that there could be perceived value in strapping it on and doing controlled contact in the spring where you get to run through the plays, you get to see the offense, you get to see the defense, you get to go against each other. It's kind of knocking off the cobwebs. Like, I'm aware of the benefits. I'll say the perceived benefits of spring ball. It's my personal opinion, like Rodney Anderson's personal opinion, that I don't think spring ball is super necessary. I think you can get everything accomplished without having to do contact. That's essentially what's happening at the professional level anyways. And if we're going to move closer and closer to that, like in spring practices or like OTAs or whatever, rookie minicamp, you put pads on, but you do not hit.
Really?
That was my experience at the Bengals. Like, I never had one hard contact in practice. I mean, like, you go fit up, there's contact, it's grown men handling each other. Like, there's going to be contact even when there's not pads on, but we're professionals, like, I'm strong enough to come get up here, get to my spot, make contact with you. I'm strong enough to hold you up, So anyways, I got so far off. I've been going down rabbit holes. I'm entering every rabbit hole that I see today. Well, we are doing a true spring ball this year, where we have a spring game. So I think this, as a fan, as a spectator, I'm speaking on both sides of my mouth heavily today. As a spectator, spring ball is fun to watch, like the game.
It's
I like the game better than what we were doing last year.
Yeah. I mean, I think that especially someone somewhere here like OU, football's a year round. You're thinking about it year round.
Yeah.
And so spring is you get to actually put eyes on maybe some of these transfers, some of these freshmen, some of these, and not even, maybe it's just, I think about top of my head guys like Elijah Thomas that, like, I think
kind of been waiting on him. Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, here's this chance to maybe put some stuff on tape.
Yeah. That's a great point. That's a great point. I'm excited about him.
This defense, you know what I mean? It's like, oh man, ET went crazy, and we got to see it now.
Yeah.
As opposed to, because there's not a fall scrimmage.
Right. Well, there are.
But you know what I mean?
Yeah. Not public.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And so, you're just getting what you're seeing on social media or something like that. And so, I don't know. I think that there's benefit there.
For sure.
I mean, what was it? Kyler? His spring game, didn't he break off like a 60-yard run, 70-yard run, something like that?
Yeah. Something crazy. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Like, they let me house a kickoff return in the spring game one time.
Is that the one that was on the 3D camera?
Yeah. The 360 one?
The 360 camera. That's what I mean. Yeah.
And I remember running and seeing my hole and being like, oh, I'm out. And then I didn't know the 360 cam was out there. And then I saw the 360 cam in the middle of the field, and I was like, oh, they're letting me score.
You think it was
100%, 100%. Because it was quick whistle. It was a quick whistle period, because we were never going to go live during special teams. They were not going to let a maybe starter really like live return a kickoff. That's too much contact, too much bad things that can happen. I'd be pressed to find a team that actually does a live special teams kickoff return unit in the spring at all. But we did it. I remember them saying, like, we're going to blow a quick whistle, and then they let it. There was even people that like tagged off on me, and I just kept running and nobody blew a whistle. I see the camera and I'm like, okay, well.
Dang, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So here's the deal, though, because I'm thinking about the workflow of like getting that approved. Like, I think it was Sooner Vision. Had to go and ask Coach Stoops, Coach Riley, can we get a kickoff return, like a guaranteed kickoff return on this for a cool shot?
I bet they asked it like, hey, we want to use this camera. This is what it does. I bet the first thing they asked for was like, can we put it in the backfield with Baker? But then He was like, are you kidding? No. Yeah, dude, I saw it out there and I was like, well, I knew what it was immediately. I was like, that wasn't for real. I'm not actually good. They gave it to me just so I could, well, I may as well run past this camera and make it look cool. And so like I could have went up that sideline. I went right past the camera.
I mean, really, I feel like, what if you would have tripped, like on purpose? You know what I mean? Like, what would they have done? Let's do one more. Let's get one more in just to get a good look.
I don't know what they would have done. I probably would have really, I would have really wanted that film though, like that recording. I like the Duke of Norman's point, the tight end room. Like if there is a position group that I'm looking forward to seeing, it's the tight ends. I truly, I'm going to die on this hill. Like I believe that the tight ends will be difference makers for us this year. Not only in the run game, but the red zone. We got some dudes. I'm waiting to see Hayden Hansen just stand in the end zone at 6'8", and just it's got to be the easiest pass John Mateer has ever thrown. Just like a little lob into the hands of Hayden Hansen.
You lob it or high point it?
It's a high point, so like it's not a lob. He's probably picking a spot way higher than Hayden Hansen. Gonna sail it a little, like a purposeful sail. And then it's Hayden's job to climb that ladder.
Mark came in hot.
I just saw him. Mark, what up, man? Yeah, we've had a good show. You missed a good one, buddy. Missed a good one. We're still going a little bit. Who was the biggest trash talker you played with at OU? Orlando Brown. Like he said, I will not repeat it. I won't repeat it when the cameras go off. Like it's crazy.
Well, who was it? Stryker. People told stories about Eric Stryker. Did you crossed over with him a little bit? Yeah,
I had a year with him. I had 2 years with him.
What was it? Someone told a story.
Tennessee?
You guys ran out of the tunnel, and there's dudes like kneeling on the goal line, from the other team praying, whatever. And like Strike said something like, "God's not going to help you today," or something like crazy. We did an interview for a
I've heard that story.
Yeah,
I wasn't. I don't think I was on the team for that one, or maybe if it was in 2015, I was hurt somewhere. But nah, I've heard that one, and that's allegedly a true story. Like, God ain't gonna save you. Get up, come line up. I'm waiting on you. And he really was like for real, the nicest dude.
I believe it.
Eric Stryker, like he'd sprint across campus to go help somebody pick up like their pencil that they dropped or something. Like that kind of dude, like really gives anybody the time of day, talk to anybody, always in good spirits. It didn't matter if it was 5 a.m. and we're about to run our asses off with Schmitty, or if we lost the big game, always positive, but crazy between the lines. I think he definitely saw it in his play. The story I was thinking of is after Tennessee in 2015. I'm like on my crutches, like just getting off the field, and so I'm last, and I'm just kind of trying to stay out of the way. And Eric stayed out on the field, just jawing at everybody, because like we were super underdogs and we were coming from behind in that game. It was the SEC, and boy, when we won, I don't think he probably went through every single stand and just talking. Then he gets over to the recruits. Why y'all want to come to this bitch ass school? Why y'all want to come wear this ugly ass color? Why y'all want to be here? Y'all want to win? Better put crimson on. You call me. What are y'all doing here? And it was like, boy, the Tennessee staff was in a panic. Like,
No.
don't look at him. Don't look at him. But the Tennessee recruits were like, oh no, this is lit. Like, this is awesome. Like, oh man. Like the highlight of their trip was Eric Stryker beating the school that they went to go visit, and then John Adam getting them to come visit OU. Like, nah, y'all need to come. Y'all want to lose? Stay here. Y'all want to come win? Come over to OU. Come see us in Norman. It was just like that kind of That was a different kind of trash talk than Orlando, though. Like, Orlando, like, that was big personality, big playmaking ability, and he backed it up with trash talk, too. You know, like, it all was a package deal. That was strike. Orlando is the package just a little bit different. Like, it was a mental thing. Like, he was saying things not because he was always dominating people, but he also wanted to like break you down mentally. So he'd say some things that where you're like, wait, what? Or he'd like look you up or something. And he'd say something like about, like he was saying things that was like, bro, how could you have possibly known that? Like, what?
Like they gotta have Orlando doing some combine interviews with some guys.
Yeah, he's funny. Well, they gave him so like off the field, he'll acknowledge it, like, oh yeah, I said that, and please don't tell my mom that I said that. Like, or please don't tell, like, you know, he like, please don't tell anybody that. You know, he's funny about it. That at the Bengals when he's is he still with the Bengals? No, he's with the Chiefs now. Orlando. He was with the Bengals for a couple of maybe a season or two, and the content team at the Bengals gave him the tiny mic in the locker room, and I obviously still followed the Bengals on Instagram. That was my favorite piece of content, watching him go around to the locker room and different teammates and talking with the little mini mic.
He is with the Bengals still. That's my
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
He must have came from the Chiefs. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No, Orlando was really funny. Trash talker. We'll breeze through the rest of these comments. Make sure there's nothing that I missed. Mark, you're just a loyal listener. He's gonna watch it back on 1.6 speed. Do y'all do that? I heard about kids doing like they watch everything on 2 times the speed. Like, you know, if you just
is crazy. I don't think I could handle 2 times.
So I did it. Like I just spent, I don't know, however many minutes watching all the videos I was watching on 2 times the speed. And then when I finally let go and watched just like a regular one, it like literally sounded as if it was talking in slow-mo. And so I never want to do that again because I feel like, I don't know, what am I trying to say? Like, this is my lawn that I want the kids to get off of. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Watch it at normal, the way God intended.
watch it at normal speed.
Yeah.
What's wrong with normal speed? Come on. What? You know?
Echo watching.
Braden, our
what Braden
resident
says.
21-year-old, just told us that there's something called echo watching where I guess you got 2 things playing at the same time, and it's honest. So you produce an echo sound on purpose. That's crazy. Yeah, absolutely not. I would.
That's how the cavemen used to watch their YouTube videos. In the caves are all the echoes.
All the echoes in the caves?
Yeah, it's kind of like keto, like keto diet and all that stuff.
Dude,
yeah.
I was gonna say, like, my baby monitor echoes and I can't handle it. Like, there's no way I could purposely sit down and watch a show that I like on echo mode. That's wild. Yeah. The Duke says that we need an Orlando Brown trash talk 30 for 30. It'd be rated X. Like, you'd have to rate that. Like, you'd need a permission slip to watch that movie. Okay, 125. I don't want to speed anything up because I feel like then I lose my patience. As soon as I open myself up to a better way of doing things, I never do it the other way again.
way.
And if I ever feel like 2 times the speed or 1.25 or 1.6 is better, then I'll never listen normal speed again. And then I feel like it'll make my regular conversation so
impatient with everybody.
it's like, get on with it. I'll be like, can you? I like try to like
Tap
lightly
him.
touch your shoulder. Can you like speed up? Oh man. All right. Well, spring ball. I think we have a lot to look forward to. We have a bunch of other sports doing crazy, like women's basketball coming off a 6-game winning streak, going into the SEC championship, feeling great. So
I
I
saw
hope.
they're a 5 seed.
The 5 seed? I didn't know that. Okay. The softball team, they're continuing to roll, do their thing. You know, like I feel like let's just kind of check the pulse every now and then let's really tap in postseason type of a thing. Yeah, but Double Take drops on Thursday morning. Be able to tune in. You watch it at whatever speed you want. Yeah, we're starting
At whatever speed you want.
about some of our player interviews.
Yeah, first Portal Guys episode's out. Rodney talked with Parker Livingston. It's a good
Yeah.
one. 12 minutes. You don't have to watch that one at 1.5 speed or whatever.
Yeah. Maybe crank that one up to two times
Bring it up to
speed.
6 minute watch.
Turn 12 into 6.
Goodness.
Yeah, a lot more content coming out, so be on the lookout. Spring sports are in full motion. They're rolling. Yeah, spring ball starts in a couple weeks. So I appreciate everybody for being in the
Pro Day's next Friday or Thursday, I think.
What's that?
Pro Day next Thursday, I think.
Oh yeah, Pro Day next Thursday. We'll probably do something for that.
Yep.
We'll answer Mark real quick since he's coming in last. Who's
next?
on Portal Vids?
We got a bunch. Tune in.
Yeah, tune in.
We're trying to drop about one a day, though.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we've got them recorded. We just gonna drop them about one a day.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of them.
A bunch of people, but you'll never know the order. Anyways, thank you for tuning in. It's been fun as always. See you back next Tuesday for another Rodney Anderson Live. Boomer.